hello, and welcome to the premiere of Dating Your Diet. I am your host, Lisa Berry. All right, so this is the premiere. This is it. We are here. We are happening, and I am so happy to be here with you. I am just going to have a quick little peek again, trusting that I'm live and that we're doing this. So I'm just going to jump right in. Oh, I am so ecstatic to be here with you guys today to talk about falling in love with the right food for you and how important that relationship is, so that you can feel bliss, have this romantic feeling about you, just be light on your feet. You know, when you picture, just like on Valentine's Day, you picture that, being shot by Cupid's arrow and kind of being fainty around and just in bliss, really, right? So I'm going to begin today. I'm going to be here with you live. So this is the premiere day. I know it's Sunday. It's Valentine's Day. I had to pick this day to come on and be with you guys. But regularly, you can catch me on Thursdays. So Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. So the same time, just another day. So we're going to be Thursdays. And what my absolute beautiful wish is to connect with you, to have a relationship with you so that I can help you have a relationship with food. So as we do this for about half an hour, 45 minutes, we'll see how I can talk. So not to worry. And we'll see what kind of questions are coming through. I'm going to try to get to the comments as I go through. If I can even see myself live here, I just like to have that straight on connection. If I miss anything, I will go back. I see me talking away there. So we've got to be there. Why I'm here is not, okay, I am not a chef. Okay, let's just get that out of there. No chef going on here, but an absolute, I love learning about food, the ins and outs. I'm a holistic nutritionist and a life coach, and I partner and pair this, but I'm also an enthusiastic person about life and having the vitality and finding out why I don't have that vitality. Why it's not lovesick, let me tell you that. When we get ill and we have conditions and we're off balance, let's call that lovesick. So the whole theme, of course, is dating your diet. It's dating your diet. It's getting engaged to the energy from your food. It is marrying the menu that works for you. And it's about dumping and divorcing the diets and foods that are no longer serving you. It's so important with food to understand your relationship, the current one that you have, the one that you've had, because the one that you've had is the one that you still every day, this is your relationship with food. And whether you are excited about food and for good reasons or bad reasons, we have things called booty call foods. And though they are wonderful and fun and passionate, we cannot have a booty call food every day. If you've married that food, right, are you being fulfilled? Are all areas of your life. So we are talking about food in a life force way, in a nutrient way, and truly, I love saying this, you will absolutely blossom into the energetic being that you were meant to be because the nutrients exist in the foods that you choose. So as we go on here, what I'm going to really share with you is, what am I going to share? I'm going to share so many beautiful things. And as the questions come up, I'll share a question that came up on the intro last week. I thought it was a beautiful question. A problem people struggle with often. That's what we're going to do. We're really going to talk about relationship issues with your food and how to solve them, how to get over them, how to emphasize and accentuate, so you know what conversation, what is your communication style with your food, with your body. This is about listening to your body, looking at your life, and finding out what foods can help me here. Because foods are magical. Foods are magical. And as I started off, I'm not a chef. I can make my way around in the kitchen, but what I love to do is see all the, when you look at a prospective, mate, a person, you're like, ooh, they're attractive. I like them. Or, ooh, they sound really good. I like what I'm receiving from them. They're intelligent. They're offering me some value. They make me feel good. That's what we're doing with food. So what I do is I really talk a lot about accessing nutrients What are the nutrients? What vitamins? Do you need to take vitamins? Can I get it all in food? Do I need to supplement? Really is what I'm showing up there. When do I need to supplement? What do I know how to boost? What tests, what are there blood work that I do? Is there, do I pee on a strip and find out what my pH balance is? We're going to talk a lot about body chemistry in this beautiful show. We're going to talk about hormones. Oh yeah, we're talking about hormones. And actually that was what fuels me. I'm going to give you the backstory of why I'm here today, why today is the day that this show is being launched. So I'm so excited. and what fuels me to show up to share with you. So, but I want to let you know what you're in for first. What I love to do in the kitchen, let's call it kitchen. I love to call it kitchen farming. I love growing things, of course, because I love life force. I want to feel alive. And you're going to eat alive food and you're going to eat dead food. Yeah, because it's overcooked and it's dead, but doesn't mean it doesn't have value. Doesn't mean it doesn't have value. I jump a lot over the place because there's so much that I want to share, but I do have a beautiful theme for today, which is because it's Valentine's Day. We often, if you're maybe you don't have someone this Valentine's Day, maybe you're happy that you do, maybe you're happy that you're not happy that you don't. But let's look at, have you been looking and dating unavailable, nutritionally unavailable foods? We hear that a lot. Like, oh, you keep dating people who are unemotionally available. I just said available. Available. And same with food. So today, as I tell you the backstory of this beautiful journey, what's brought me here to you, to connect with you and to help you, I also want you to know that in this next half hour, I will still be covering and hopefully helping you find out if you've been dating on nutritionally unavailable foods. And how about you? Have you made yourself available? Have you prepared your body, your available, your spirit, your mindset? Are you available? Are you nutritionally available for the foods that you're even putting into your body? So I'm not going to do too many props, but today we're going to be talking a little bit about nuts. Why? Because there's an important reason here. I'm going to show you how we can make things more available to us. So just keep that in mind. I'll just check in with some comments here. I think this is the most important thing. I love questions. I love, any question that you have about food whatsoever, your relationship with food, food itself, things you're not sure about, how to get them, where to get them. And as I just pop on here and mute myself. Oh, good morning. Tomas is here. Danielle's here. Ruth's here. Yay. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Okay. So dating your diet. Why is Lisa Berry? I hope I put my name in here. Actually, I just thought about that. Why is Lisa Berry here to teach us how to fall in love with the right foods? Quick backstory. Myself, I needed to fall in love with the right food. I needed to because I was totally in the wrong relationships with foods. And this was when I'm 43, everyone. So that's why when I mentioned about hormones, we're going to be talking about hormones because perimenopause is something that I'm working with right now. And please let me know if you're comfortable, let me know what stage of life you are in right now, because I want you to be able to fall in love with the right foods that suit each and every stage of our lives. So my journey began with food when I was a teenager, and I had a terrible relationship with food. It was horrible. Like I really needed to dump it. It was trash. Right? So my relationship with food, and maybe yours as well, is I was a teenager. I didn't know. I didn't care. Why am I cooking? I'm not cooking. I'm not even eating. I wanted to be lean and trim, and I didn't have time for food. I was just quick grab. I ate so much stupid, yucky, gross, sugary yogurts, right? Like just sugar spike up and down, and then not eating. If I even had scrambled eggs, I was loading on the ketchup. I mean, super sugar, right? And what happened was I became borderline diabetic. And I'm a teenager. And the effects that I was feeling, well, nobody knew. We didn't know back then, you're not really thinking about this. You're not doing stuff, but I was blacking out. I was actually passing out and going into convulsions. And I remember one time I was in high school, I had to leave class because I didn't feel right. I thought I was going to throw up. I didn't know what was going on. I went to the bathroom, which is probably not the best thing to do to lock the door. And I passed out and I hit my head on the back of the toilet, right? And then went down. And here I am in the stall. And so you think that would be enough, right? You think that'd be enough, like, hey, what's going on? Perhaps it's food. But no, because sometimes you can be in a relationship with food and your health that you're not comfortable. You're not going to talk to anybody about it. You don't know who to talk to about it. You're not sharing symptoms. You're not sharing that you're not feeling well. I was nervous. I was scared. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not telling it. I was embarrassed. I was very embarrassed. And I just wanted to be alone. I wanted to be alone. I want everybody to leave me alone. And then that also meant I didn't want to even eat. I didn't even want to eat. It was like a no, I didn't know why. Why would I eat? Yeah, we're humans and we need food. But as I kind of progressed there, I continued this path, and eventually ended up with an intestinal disease. At the time, I don't have this. I've corrected this, and this is what I want to share with you. I've gone through so many things, but I've been able to balance them, correct them, and so a new one will show up. Like right now, I'm going through my own other stuff, and I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go. Let's figure this out. Let me improve my relationship with food. Let's figure this out. So when the intestinal disease happened, my mother had taken me to the doctor, and bottom line, the doctor came and we had some tests done, and the doctor came and said, well, we have options. We have two options. And I was like, all right, two options. Here we go. What are they? All right. He said, you can learn to eat properly or you can die. Well, I kind of did like life. I really enjoyed that. I really wanted to live. And I thought, I can learn to eat properly. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? I can learn to eat properly? What do you mean? I just don't like chew food, swallow it, and there I'm done? What? There's more to it? Yeah, there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it. It became my journey now for like over 22, 23 years now. My benefit, and I strongly say that my benefit to me is that my mother, who's now passed, she passed in 2013, was not only sick my entire life and most of hers, she suffered. I watched her suffer with every new condition, disease, debilitation. She was housebound. She was almost bedridden. I loved her so much, and I love her so much, and I wanted to help her. So I thought, wait, as I started learning how to eat properly, I realized that none of us were eating properly. The whole family, none of us. So if it was affecting me, could I save my mom? Could I make my mom well? Could I at least alleviate her suffering? And so together, my mother became quite the guinea pigs of food and nutrition. And the journey that I've been on has been the most incredible, beautiful things. It's like finding out secrets. It's like finding the secret, the answer every time. And like, from the easiest things is I have stuffy nose, or I can't sleep, or I'm cold all the time. I used to have Raynaud's phenomena, which is a narrowing of the blood capillaries. So you get your fingers and toes and nose, for some people, go blue, right? And all these things. And I was on the birth control pill at this time, and I realized there's so many connections. Your body is so different. Your body's different than my body, but we have the same makeup. And so I'm just so excited to bring you along this journey. And as I share each new little thing, something's going to resonate, or you're going to ask me something. So here's something fun. I had a question on just the intro video last week, which I loved, and I'm going to address it. I already wrote it out, but I'm going to share it right now. I'm just going to have a little check in here right now. Yeah, body and brain, right, Danielle? Danielle's talking about how the right foods for the body and the brain. I mean, we're all together. They're all connected, and this is so thing. And we will. Oh, Danielle's mentioning about burnout. We know when we talk about what adrenal glands, sure, cortisol levels, stress levels, sleep, dopamine, serotonin. You have melatonin. We're going to talk about everything like that, but we're going to relate it to food and living food, herbs and spices, really easy things that you can actually add. This is what I want to make it super easy for you. I want this to be super approachable. It's like when you meet somebody, you think, I like them. I want to talk to them. You don't just jump right. I mean, maybe you do. You jump into these huge conversations and go into depth, but you explore. You start finding things out. What I call this, and I'm just going to sip of my mint tea. I love mint tea. Mint tea is so beautiful. Plus, it keeps your mouth nice and fresh, right? But there's lipstick all over this, but I just want to show you. I have my little mug. I just am so excited about this. This cup was bought in 2015. I've been running Dating Your Diet, the program. I launched it in 2010. There have been like thousands of people who have gone through this. Not many thousands, but a few thousand, like 1,000. We've got lots of people. I've done this for over 10 years. I came up with the idea in 2006. And fun story to share with you. I love sharing stories. People will I remember a lot more things when I think about the stories, but hopefully they connect with you. And how dating your diet came up. And if you saw the intro, you'll know the story is I was living with someone who was absolutely addicted. Like, you know how you have like obsessed, an obsession with somebody, like somebody you love and you just meet or something, a complete obsession, addiction to condiments. Like not even the food. You could no longer see the food that was there. It was just condiments, and the lineup of these condiments on like the table to eat it was actually work. It was work to set the table up, to put up all these condiments and make sure there was every kind of flavor possible. And that's it. They were looking for fulfillment, the flavor that their bodies were saying, I need something. I can't get it. So I'll just keep going. I'll keep trying with all this. The problem with condiments are store-bought, the oils can go rancid. That's a no. We don't want that in our bodies at all. But the quality of I'm not saying all condiments, because condiments can be made beautifully, but there's a timing and the spices, but they're most condiments. We're going to do label reading. We're going to find out how to do label reading along this show as well. But your sugars, of course, is it a good salt? Is it a bad salt? Is it irritating your body? Are they sneaking in a little bit extra gluten there? If you're worried about gluten, if you're having some experiences with that, we got to heal your gut. I'm so excited on this journey. Like, I feel like I want to tell you guys so much right now. I'm trying not to, but I really want to. But I was having this, okay, fine. I'm lining up the condiments and watching him, consume all that stuff and just feeling so heartbroken. It's actually painful. It was heartbreaking because I know what happens. When you're in a bad relationship, it's like watching somebody in a bad relationship and an abusive relationship. And you so badly want to rescue them and you want to say, get out, let me help you. And the problem that happened in that particular situation was, because I was living there, I felt like he was a pusher. He was like pushing drugs on me, basically. Was taste this, try this, here this, why won't you have it? What you do think it's not good enough for you? Like, it's constant. So like, just have a bite. It was honestly like I was being, pushed into like taking drugs. And so I moved out. I ended that relationship. I had to move out. I could not, it was devastating to me. So I knew the work that I had done to fall in love with the right foods for me. And I didn't want to hang out with the wrong crowd. You know what? You don't want to hang out with the wrong crowd. I know it can be tough. I know this. I know. And when you go to different social events, or it's what your family eats, and we're addressing this right now, guys. The emotional support that you need to remove yourself from an abusive food relationship in order to dump a diet. Yes, there's habits around it. There's an emotional attachments and connections. You've built a relationship that you're in. You do need to go through that process. And what's so exciting is knowing, I promise you, that your menu match, that your perfect menu match is there available, but you get to create it. You get to create it. And as your body elevates and as you blossom into that energetic being that you were meant to be, as you add each nutrient, you get to a little higher and you go, oh, I can take a little more. I can have a little bit more life force. I'm ready for it. Your body is going to adjust. Your body is going to assemble differently. You are going to create your cell lining is going to, of all your whole body. It's your brain. It's going to start rewiring and firing in these most energetic ways that are positive and allow you this. And if you don't have that love, it's like if you don't receive love, right? Or if you can't give love, it's kind of lonely. It's kind of lonely. But you're just not able to optimize this. And so last week we had a question, a mother who's vegan, and she herself eats well, but she has a son, and you can read the comments too. I'd love for you guys to go back and see what other people, like, let's get involved. Let's interact. Let's find out, first of all, that you're not alone. And secondly, maybe you don't know how to word your problem or a challenge. And so this lovely mother who loves her son so much, he's autistic and he doesn't like vegetables. He doesn't like vegetables. How many of you don't like vegetables? Or like only a few vegetables, or you find that your selection is limited, or that you're just in a habit, or you don't know what to do. How do I do this? How do I eat vegetables? Or you really don't like vegetables. Like some people get really gaggy over vegetables. And I can share with you, as your body chemistry changes, your love chemistry, as your body and your love chemistry changes, you will enjoy other foods that you can't imagine. When we started, oh gosh, oh, my friend will really remember the year better than I will on this one. We started doing coconut kefir. Kefir is like a little, I won't scare everybody here, but it's a fermented food. And some people who really have a lot of sugar in their systems, and they take that first little taste of this, whoo, they are not a fan so much. It's different and it's exciting in the mouth there, but a lot of people are like, ooh, I don't know about this. Absolutely not. However, as your body chemistry changes literally in like 3 days, this is not long, guys. Like you can change your body so quickly. Is they were loving it. They were craving it. They were like, give me that. Yes. Oh my gosh, my body feels so good from this. And then you get to have all these different cleansing experiences, and because you're rebuilding, your things are changing. So the taste buds, your taste buds are going to change. Things are going to change. And you're going to start enjoying things. So don't be afraid to, hey, I'm not talking about force feeding, here, eat your vegetables because you have to, but let's find ways that we can introduce things. You can do the sneaky thing, like putting the tablespoon of squash in the meatloaf. I don't know, something. But what I suggest is herbs, beautiful, fresh herbs. You can use them dried or fresh. For kids or somebody who doesn't have the taste there yet for them, and they're not like, ooh, excited about it. Dried herbs are that they hold some value still. Make sure that they are not past their expiry date, that they haven't gone too far along. My father would keep spices for 20, 30 years and think they're so good. So for flavor, maybe, but you really want to get some of those beautiful vitamins and nutrients that are in them. So a little bit of dry basil, a little bit mint, a little bit of dried mint. Maybe they're having a little bit of tea. You can get nutrients without, that's called, micronutrients. They're right in there. You don't have to have a lot, and just a little teeny tiny bit, and the flavoring starts changing. And so this is where my condiment story comes in. I started recognizing that condiments are just herbs and spices in a vinegar base, maybe, an astringent type thing. Or sweet, like what we just talking about, ketchup, a little bit of sugar and tomato. But I thought, how can I make this healthy? How can I make the same thing, but healthier? How can I use mustard? Okay, what's mustard? What is mustard? I didn't even know that mustard seed existed. Like, what? I don't know. I thought it was just yellow goopy stuff that people made that was like, vinegary. And I thought, oh, and one of my hardest things that I really went through is I loved French dressing. I loved the taste, but I didn't know what it was. So started looking this up. So these are the fun things that we're going to start sharing, but don't think you have to go. So imagine your worst nightmare. Oh my God, I'm going to have to eat vegetables. Oh my God, I'm going to have to eat this. Please share that in the comments, because there's a way to get through it. There's a way to get over that easily. Oh my gosh. And we're going to find the way, because that's what dating is all about, right? Dating is exploring and asking the right questions. And I want to say good morning to a few people here. We've got Melanie. Hello, Melanie. Thanks so much. Oh, you're from Canada as well. Oh, yes, I should share that, everybody. I am in Canada myself, in Ontario, north of Toronto. And hello, Cindy. Hello, Cindy's here. Good morning. Cindy loves being healthy foods. Here's the thing too, if you guys, Tammy, I want to say hello to Tammy. Hello. And Stacy. Hi, Stacy. Stacy's got her show coming up, and she is way better in the kitchen. She's going to be able to help you with like more chef-like things and foods that heal. That's what it is. When we first date, you think, I want somebody in my life. Okay, so we start dating. We know what we're looking for. There's a void. I would like to date. I would like somebody in my life, maybe just for companionship, maybe for a little intimacy, maybe for communication, maybe for going out to places, to events, maybe just to hang out, maybe for comfort. All those things, the same things that you are understanding about yourself, why you are looking for this relationship. It's the same with food. And maybe it's not exactly food. Maybe it's, I would love to go for a hike, but I don't have the stamina. I would like to go for a hike, but I have asthma. I would like to go for a hike, but I'm nervous to be alone, and I get anxiety. I get anxious. There's our open spaces, or I can't handle the sun, the heat, all these things. This is your body. This is your body. These are your emotions. And there's an underlying reason why you get out of balance. So as you get out of balance, you think, okay, well, wait a minute. Am I just too tired because I can't sleep? Could be as simple as you're having caffeine too late in the day, too much caffeine in the first place, or you're doing too much, maybe too much screen time. There's all these things. Even down, guys, we're going to literally be talking about even how you, in your dating world, how much time you're spending with your loved one. Maybe it's the screen. Like right now, I'm on the screen. I've got, things around me. It can be draining, and on your eyes, right? For me, I go right into my makeup has blue light protection. I make sure it's not animal tested. It doesn't have all the phthalates and chemicals, because our skin, we're going to talk about skin and how it's our largest organ, and it absorbs and what we breathe in. If we're putting chemicals in the air, when I say dating your diet and falling in love with the right foods, there are foods. Did you know this? Let me ask you this, guys. Did you know there are herbs that when we eat them, oh, Tomas, if you're watching, this is going to be one of your favorites. When we eat them, they go into our body, and guess what they do? They grab the heavy metals and they get rid of them when you poop. Yep. And yet we're going to be talking about poop too. There we go. We're going to talk about the bowel and what that function is. We're going to talk about detoxification. And I don't mean just going on this heavy detox. And there's my kitty cat who would like to join. It's Lucy. And everybody's meowing. Okay. And I'm a cat mom, and we're going to end up hearing cat stories throughout the show, I'm sure. And when I talk about that cilantro, let's take cilantro for a second here. Just a little, we don't have to just eat cilantro. Maybe you don't like cilantro, but cilantro in a pesto. Who likes pesto here? Usually done with the basil, Parmesan cheese, garlic, lemon, oils, right? But you don't have to just use basil. We can use basil and a little bit of cilantro. So we're going to be really finding out, working with our taste buds and go, wow, maybe you have mercury fillings. Maybe you've had some cavities and you've had some fillings and you've got mercury. Maybe this mercury is probably affecting your body for many different ways and many different reasons. And what we're going to be doing is using those herbs to allow our bodies to gently remove this in a very safe and supportive way. So nothing's off limits, guys, here. We're literally talking about everything. And if there's something I don't know, I will find out for you. And because I don't want to run out of time. I've got 15 minutes that I'm going to try to squeeze this into, because pesto, yay! Digestive issues, right? Let me dive into that one. Digestive issues. Okay. I wanted to sit back. Sorry. I'm going to get close to you guys. When we're thinking about falling in love with the right food for us, what is the first reason why we usually don't want to eat a food? Ooh, it doesn't agree with me. Ooh, I get burps. Ooh, no, that I get bloated. I can't handle that. It causes me diarrhea. I get a rash. I get hives. I don't think clearly. So many things, right? So digestion means it's communication, right? In your relationship with food, it's how you're communicating with that food and what that food is saying to you. Now, back to the starting here, because remember, we are doing a little bit of our Valentine's Day, are you dating nutritionally unavailable food? How do you yourself make sure that you are accessing the nutrients in the food? Because if you're having digestive issues, you're not getting the nutrients. Because if you have diarrhea, you're pooping it out before you are able to get those nutrients. It's not in your body long enough. If you're constipated, then you are, oh my gosh, there's a whole thing around that one. But this can throw your gallbladder. Oh yes, there's a few people watching that. We want to hear that too. Which, it's this journey to understand about how our bodies are communicating with everything. What I would love to share with you right now, if I can just give you this goodie right now. What I brought here, because I want to talk about being available. I want to talk about your food being available. So in here, which I love, I have the little Brazil nut. I try to show you this one here. He is great for your brain. I'm putting this on purpose so you guys can see this matchup, right? For your brain, selenium. Now, you can't have too much. This is good. We got to see, you don't want to meet somebody and just spend a whole month with them 24 hours a day, right? No. We need little doses, little love doses, right? So selenium, what I like to do is two Brazil nuts a day will actually give you enough selenium that you're helping your brain out. But what happens when you have too much Brazil nuts, then your insulin, you get a little spike. So don't worry about all that. We got walnuts in here. What's a walnut? Some people don't know what their nuts are called or what they look like. It's okay. There we go, little walnut. I've got my little almonds in here. Okay, so how many of you go, yep, I munch on nuts. They're good for me. They're fiber. What do we mostly think? Most people have been, taught, which is okay, that almonds provide calcium and all that good stuff, which they do. But you're not getting them. It's unavailable. If you've been munching on nuts like that, I'm apologizing to you right now, but that is an unavailable nut. You're not getting any nutrients. Well, you're getting very little nutrients. Let's put it that way. Very little nutrients. You're getting tons of fiber. So how? Why? What? What are you saying to me, Lisa? I know you're asking us. You need to unlock. You need to unlock their hard shell, that one that says, nope, I'm closed off. I'm unavailable. You need to soak them. It's so simple. It's so simple, guys. You need to unlock it, all the nutrients, by soaking them. And why and for how long? Let me just tell you what. There's something called phytic acid. Some people say phytic acid. It's the nuts protection. Like, ooh, it's guarded. No, I'm being protected. I've got my phytic acid in here so that when the bugs and insects try to eat it, it says, no, you can't have me. And it's poison. It's poison. It's poison to the insects and nuts, but it's also toxic for us. But it does something else. It locks the nutrients in. So here you are munching away on nuts, thinking you're getting, I'm eating all my almonds, my quarter cup of almonds, getting my calcium, I'm told, to protect my bones, all this good stuff. First of all, you're not getting the calcium. Secondly, you're consuming the phytic acid. So soaking almonds, super easy, 8 hours. This is not long. You just think the day ahead. Always keep your that's why I call it kitchen farming. Kitchen counters will always have something soaking on them. So get your almonds that you're going to eat for the next day, soak them today, overnight. There you go. Drain the water. You're going to be grossed out. Actually, the water is there'll be mold and it's just dirty water, right? So just throw that water away. Don't give it to your plants, by the way, because the phytic acid has now been removed. Okay, so this is not water that we're going to be reusing. You're soaking your nuts, especially almonds, for 8 hours. Every seed and nut has a different time. We'll get into that, but I just wanted to share with you. I'm going to talk about, you're soaking your almonds, you're soaking your Brazil nuts are tricky actually, but that's okay. You want to soak them. First of all, it washes them up nicely. It makes those nutrients more available. And I can promise you'll still get a bit of crunch. It's not mushy. They're not mushy after. They're a little bit softer, which is nice. So you get a little bit of a break on the jaw. It's very important that we do chew anyways. We want to strengthen our jaw. It's really good for the facelift too, right? So we want to make our food available. So that's one little simple trick that I wanted to share with you guys. That you can, it's super easy if you do this. And one important mineral, vitamin, minerals, all these beautiful things that we're going to be sharing about, I want to talk to you about is because I wanted to be on this channel specifically. I want to be with Enlightened World Network on the Enlightened Living channel specifically, is the spiritual aspect, is this loving, open heart, healing aspect. Yes, we can go super hardcore nutrition and we will, and we are in food, but the energetic bond that you have with your food that allows you that access to that life force that your soul wants to, you're so excited to get your message out there. You're so excited to live life. You're so excited to have this passionate, romantic love affair with just the world, the globe, all the nature that's around. And so with that, I'm thinking about, open heart and a healing heart, a healed heart, a constantly open and healing heart. I had to think about zinc. Right. Healing of wounds. Oh, if Noemi sees this, I want her to hear that one. Noemi and I co-host a show and we're doing a wound series. And so wound healing. So zinc is so important to our bodies. And guess what? It's in those nuts. Zinc are in nuts. They're in chickpeas. They're sesame seeds, tofu, all those beautiful things. You can access zinc on all these foods if you can get to them, if they're available. You don't want to be dating the foods that aren't available. So I wanted to talk about zinc. Zinc is great for all kinds of wound healing, skin healing, wound healing, reparation? Yeah, repairing. If you have surgery coming up. For me, it's really interesting. Zinc tablet, like a vitamin in supplement form. whoa, I get nauseous every time. That little white pill, my gosh, I don't know what that is about it, but it is absolutely, it makes me extremely nauseous. And so nobody wants that. But then I thought, I want to take zinc. It's important for building your immune system. You want zinc, and you want, what is it now? I should go back to my little brain there, but of the amounts. But I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's 8 milligrams for women and 11 or give or take for men. So it's men do need more zinc, but you want this for healing, but you want to make sure you can access it. So think of your heart on this beautiful Valentine's Day. Think about healing, right? We want to come at it with a love. We want to have that beautiful spiritual self-healing, self-loving and respecting and caring. Why you want to date your diet is because you care. You care about the body that you're walking around in that is allowing you to express, to receive, to give, to offer. And that is so important. And you deserve that. And if you've been neglecting yourself, or if you've been dating the wrong foods, this is a beautiful time to reconnect, to rebuild, start a new relationship with the foods and find out, all right, how do I do this? Okay, so here we go. We're gonna soak our almonds from now on. Right? We're gonna soak all of our nuts. But who right now? Let me know if you're watching the replay. Do you already soak your seeds and nuts? Do you? Did you know this? Is this new to you? Please share with me where you're at along your dating journey with your food. Let me know if you're having digestive issues. You know what? It's a matter of accessing nutrients that can allow you to heal. And whether we'll get into, probiotics, we'll talk about the biome, we'll talk about gut health, we'll talk about all those little fun things. So if you are feeling that a particular part of your body or your energy field, even if your mindset, if your emotional, place where you are is optimal, is feeling good, is feeling in love, it's feeling just so respected. I think that's a big thing. I'm feeling that word a lot, which is weird. I don't usually talk about, feeling respect, but it is, and it's also about where the food came from. How is it prepared? Where's it grown? Thing I'll leave you with is on Thursday, what we're going to start with is Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Meet me back on this channel, and you can put any questions out there. What I'm going to start off with, I'm going to proceed with getting you guys set up to date. Are you ready? Because we're going to start with a menu match profile questionnaire. If you were to go on a dating site right now, you'd have to fill out the profile and all these things. And I'm starting there. I've got a menu match profile questionnaire. We're going to start with some questions. We're going to find out about you. We're going to find out about what you're looking for. We're going to find out what your needs are, what you're attracted to. We're going to find out if what you've been attracted to has been working for you. We're going to find out all these beautiful things, and we're going to start that on Thursday. And as we go through those questions, there's like 33 of them, I think. I love that number. There's quite a few questions, and we're going to get through them. And as we go through them, I would love your interaction, your participation. This is why we're live streaming, so you can have the support and help that you need. And we can find out, and I'll always bring a food to you. I will always talk about a food and give you a tip, no matter what. I want you to walk away with that so you can slowly integrate and not be overwhelmed and just do little things at a time. So let's start with that question on Thursday. Some great questions, really fun questions. Like, we just like to have fun. We're playing, right? We're dating. This is fun. So what my goal is with you is to have you date your diet, right? And when you date, and then you're feeling really good, I want you to get to a point where you can be engaged. Get engaged and say yes to the energy. You're like, yes, this feels good. I love it. And then when we know, and when you're feeling great, that you are able to marry that menu. And when I say marry the menu, it's a commitment. Yes, you're committing to a particular food or way, not to, cage you, not to hold you thing, but to say, I respect this and how this makes me feel so much. This adds to my life force. This allows me to carry out my spiritual practices. This feels so good and supportive. This is a relationship that really I understand, and it makes me feel good. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, guys. Okay, let me have a quick peek at the comments here. And so I'm always going to run around. Hello, it's Melanie says it's new to her. Beautiful. All right. So give that a try. You know what? Get your fresh water. Soak the almonds 8 hours minimal, right? Drain the water, rinse them off, and there you go. Dry them off, right? So don't let them be wet. Then put them in your glass container, and then you can store them in the fridge, 4 days, right? If you leave them out and your air is a little bit warm, they're wet, they'll go moldy. So you want to dry them up and get them into the refrigerator. So Thursday show is at the same time. Yes. Oh gosh, what was I just going to say? I don't remember. It's okay. So I was just checking there. I just so happy to be doing this with you guys. I've wanted to do this show for so long, and it had to be right. This is important too. The timing has to be right. The food has to be right for you. Everything, it will come together. Just always listen, ask lots of questions. How am I feeling? Does this feel right? Am I supported? Do I have the space? Am I showing up? How is this making me feel? And we'll continually go through this, and we're going to have you feeling this so fantastic. And don't worry about your challenge, whatever it is. Sometimes things have shown up for me, and I think, oh my God, I have to deal with something new again. Are you kidding me? Why can't I just get it right and then it's good forever? Well, it doesn't happen that way. Just like any relationship, you got to check in. You go, okay, what's happened? What's new? What's going on? What do we need to change here and shift around a little bit? But I can tell you that when I started this 20 plus years ago, I remember making a list of, I was listening to a show, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's 30 things that guy that I was listening to does. I would love to do, but oh my gosh, I was so overwhelmed. And I thought, I'll never get there. Funny enough, that was around 2010. Yes, it was 2010. And I checked in with that list in 2015. I'd moved. I did a lot of moving. I moved and I found that list, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I had everything on the list. I was like, shut up. Did I actually do that? I didn't even try, because I didn't put the pressure on myself. No expectation, just a beautiful flow, a beautiful match. You want to be a match made in heaven. This is your heaven. Fall in love with the right food and be in your heaven. Oh, I want to go listen to Ella Fitzgerald now and Louis Armstrong. Heaven. All right, guys. I do love talking about cats and music, so that's going to be all throughout here. I'm so happy that you joined me. Like I said, it's going to be between half hour and 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. Join me on Thursday. Send in your questions, your comments, and I'm really happy. And thank you so much for letting me be in your space today on this special day. Happy Valentine's Day. I will cheer you with my Dating Your Diet cup. Cheers, everybody. Thank you so much for joining, and welcome back to Dating Your Diet with Lisa Berry.